Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name's Carmen, and today we're going to do a general reading. So, no sign specific reading, but we do have, I think, a really solid update on somebody who might be in no communication or no contact with a masculine energy that has learned from a difficult situation. So we have the Masonic Tarot here, so it's a little bit different from some of the other decks that I have. The King of Mallets would be like the King of Pentacles. Now, there's some details in here I really want to make sure you can see. We've got the letter B at the top that could actually apply to your situation, but this is in reference to Boaz, just like the B on the High Priestess card. This is in reference to strength. So this is a very strong masculine energy that has basically looked himself in the mirror and said, this thing that I didn't go the way I wanted it to because I didn't approach it correctly. Somebody knows with the Seven of Gold in the reverse, this would be like the Seven of Wands in the reverse, that they were defending something that shouldn't have been defended. This could be like a conventional belief that they needed to retire or some sort of conditioning that they needed to walk away from. And with the Five of Swords in the reverse, this clarifies for us that this is something that somebody is like taking to heart, right? There's a willingness to stop fighting or move on and find reconciliation. This to me looks like somebody wanting to put the swords down. So if there's been an ongoing, silence or even battle, this King of Pentacles, King of Mallets, is looking to find resolution and I think apologize. All right, let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. Thank you for joining me. It is cold and rainy here today, so kind of a sit in front of the fireplace kind of day. Let's start. We're going to start with the Tattoo Tarot. Eight of Pentacles. This makes a lot of sense. Hello there. How are you doing? I hope you're having a wonderful day so far, sweetie. We've got a hard worker here, and I feel like this would be our King of Pentacles or King of Mallets energy. This is somebody who has a reputation for being reliable, responsible. They are someone that would help you out if you are struggling with something, either because they've got great advice or maybe they actually help out financially those individuals that they really care about, and their family, maybe even some friends. But this is a really positive energy, and I feel like it is in connection to this King of Mallets over here. I don't know why, but I feel like for some of you, it may be important to mention that the Tattoo Tarot is guarded by this little griffin dude. That may be relevant to you or help you know that this reading is for you. Maybe you believe you're of House Gryffindor. We've got the Page of Cups here. I feel like there's an innocence or a little bit of naivete that was addressed in this situation. Maybe someone was going along with a certain approach or a certain belief because that's what they had been taught. And now they've learned that they kind of need to update those policies or beliefs that they have as a result of whatever this situation was. We have the Lovers. So there was a major decision that this King of Mallets had to make. And it looks like he wants to apologize because there was an element of confusion here, and I think this King of Mallets now knows that he needed to have made the other decision, but he was possibly going off of what other people expected of him or other people told him would have been like the right thing to do, right? This could have been about excluding someone. We have the Three of Pentacles in the reverse and the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. This is like somebody being indecisive or changing their mind with regards to bringing someone back into the fold after they may have decided they needed to cut this person out of their life, that they were maybe a little bit too toxic. Because this is kind of the opposite energy. Three of Pentacles is I don't want to collaborate with you. Five of Pentacles is like, no, 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 come back in. I need you. Oh my gosh, it's Pirate. How you doing there, buddy? I almost sent you a little comment on your post or your reply to my video that, all right, I'm going live. I gotta figure out these notifications. YouTube's been acting a little bit funny. We've got Five of Pentacles. Now this is, or sorry, Five of Wands. This is kind of interesting because this is one of the few cards I have with the Five of Wands where you don't have any humans in the picture, right? It's literally just the wands. So this feels to me like a lot of gossip or not face-to-face arguing. So there may have been a lot of judgments made on social media, maybe in a group chat, but there was some sort of disagreement here, some argument that never really got to, fisticuffs, but it was over whether or not to keep someone in the fold or like excommunicate them. All right, we're going to continue with the Rider-Waite, the OG. You got a little cat emoji in there. That's rad. All right, what else do we have? We have the Judgment coming out sideways. Yeah, this feels like somebody amending what they view as upstanding or like moral character. There's somebody expanding their worldview, taking on a different perspective. You may see the Hanged Man come out. Ooh, interesting. So you may also be seeing a lot of eights. We started off with the Eight of Pentacles here, and now we have the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse along with the Eight of Swords. This is somebody feeling imprisoned or not sure how to move forward based on not investing in something that they feel they should have. So this is, I think, tied to this King of Mallets or King of Pentacles wondering how he can balance the scales here after not investing in somebody or something that they should have because they were blinded to the situation in some way. So this is like somebody feeling like they need to approach a situation kind of delicately because they do need to apologize, come clean for something, tell somebody that they've had, a change of heart, but they don't know how this person is going to respond to them. Can you turn that down, Dad? Sorry, guys. Dad! Thanks. All right, we have the Ace of Swords and the Ten of Swords in the reverse. There's a, sorry guys. We've got the need to tell the truth about a situation that probably caused a lot of distance or a separation between two people that really care a lot about each other, right? Sorry guys, hold on. Dad. I'm sorry, guys. All right. Is this like the role reversal where when I was a teenager, I was playing loud music in my dad's place? And I had to learn that I didn't like that. We've got Three of Pentacles, Three of Cups in the reverse, and Two of Pentacles. Yeah, somebody had to reevaluate who they were including in their social circle, who they were collaborating with, and who was offsetting the balance in their life. So we may see some evidence here of a toxic influence or somebody that really wanted to control the outcome. You guys are funny. Hey, Christina, how are you doing? So let's see. Ooh, I also missed the Empress in the reverse, you guys. So it's worth mentioning this is probably our toxic influence, right? That I was just referring to. This would be somebody that likes to give off the vibe that they're maternal, kind, compassionate, probably very intelligent, but they use their intelligence for not the best of things. They like to influence or maybe even stir the pot, but eventually this truth comes out, and that's what motivates this King of Mallets to want to reconcile with somebody that they had cut out of their life. We have the Four of Swords. This is underneath the Seven of Swords in the reverse. Remember, we were saying there's a need here to apologize. Somebody would like to patch things up and really make it clear that they have learned from this. They understand where they went wrong, and they have, you know, updated their software. And they've taken some time to really think about what they need to do in order to heal the situation. But the Tower in the reverse is almost like the Hanged Man, because this can be about a really significant change in somebody's perspective. It can also represent maybe some kind of organization or some kind of tight-knit group having a little bit of fraction or like issues with foundation. So we might see like the Four of Wands come out in the reverse, indicating that a once really, strong community may have had a little bit of a problem here because of the Empress in the reverse trying to create inconsistencies or cracks in the foundation, right? So we've got the Knight of Swords sideways and the Magician. Somebody was taking informed but a little bit reckless action towards what they were trying to create for the final outcome. You are so right. And this represents an ending for someone. So this is kind of a little bit of a battle here. Somebody was really trying to influence this King of Mallets or King of Pentacles, and it looks like they're failing to do so, really. We're going to continue with the Egyptian Tarot. We have the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse again. We have that up here. This feels like somebody deciding, I'm not willing to collaborate or work with anybody that decides they don't want to put in the same effort as I do. I'm not going to continue to, pull, what is it? What's the expression? If people don't pull their own weight, I'm not going to pull that weight for them, right? I'm done cleaning up other people's messes. It's kind of the vibe that I'm getting here. Ooh, we have the Ten of Cups underneath the Three of Cups in the reverse. Nine of Pentacles. Interesting. What I'm really feeling from this is part of the change in perspective here could concern a love interest. This masculine energy could be interested in, I think, making somebody who's single not single anymore, that they didn't choose at the outset. So this could be a masculine energy that was too focused on building a business or focusing on their money in general to actually invest in a long-term relationship or a committed relationship. So I feel like I'm reading for someone who was about to pursue a relationship with someone they really cared about, only to run into a roadblock where the timing was off. Things just didn't seem to line up, even though the feelings were there. And it may have felt like things were really ambiguous, or you didn't have a clear explanation of why things ended, you may have felt that they weren't fully honest with you, right? Now you're making me want cake, pirate. That's not good. You guys, the neighbor lady dropped off cookies for me today, and I think they're like cranberries and like white macadamia. I don't know, with a little bit of frosting drizzle on the top. Sinful for sure, and I think I've eaten 3 of them, so 'tis the season, right, you guys? We have the Knave of Wands or Page of Wands. This is good news or communication. I think this King of Mallets or King of Pentacles is trying to determine whether or not an apology would be accepted. This feels to me like somebody who is writing over and over again, I'm really sorry I was such an idiot. No, that's the wrong way to say it. I'm really sorry I let you down. No, that doesn't sound right either. Like I'm seeing crumples of paper being tossed in the trash can every 5 minutes. Someone is really concerned about how they can communicate the remorse they feel. They don't like to think about how they treated someone they really care about this way just because there was someone in their ear telling them they shouldn't be collaborating or connecting with somebody that they care about. So, getting this apology right is really important to this King of Mallets. Now, if you're not interested in reconciling with someone who may have, ghosted you, then this probably isn't your reading. It feels to me like this is someone who, yes, there was separation or no contact, but I don't feel like it was, betrayal, right? This is more like somebody deciding they don't want to, move forward with a relationship and maybe could have handled that conversation better than they did, right? 8 of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, somebody just like, didn't actually communicate what they needed to. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're paying attention, communication is key. If you want to have any kind of functional relationship, be it professional or romantic, you've got to be able to communicate what you need and how you feel in a respectful manner if you want to get where you want to go, right? So don't let fear hold you back from saying things. There have been some really difficult conversations I've had to have. And in order to help me kind of push through those moments, sometimes I picture in my head note cards that have the words I need to say on them. And it helps me kind of disassociate from it. Like, I'm just reading the words on this card. And if it hurts someone's feelings, I'm doing it in the most respectful way possible, at least. But I'm being honest, right? Well, somebody needs to communicate that they're in love with this Queen of Cups energy. And it feels like somebody has obtained the strength they need. Because remember, we started with the reference here to Boaz, which is basically like in this person resides strength. Like this person has the strength to do it. They've just needed to recognize that in themselves. All right, we're going to continue with the Tarot Familiars. Was it Beastie Boys that had a music video where it starts off with, turn that music down? I think it is. All right, the Sun and the Chariot. Ooh. So this feels to me like information that has been kept secret or some sort of communication that hasn't made it to its intended recipient, all of a sudden speeding with a very serious velocity towards the person that needs to hear it. So I feel like you may receive a message or you may get like a surprise visit depending on how far away you are. We have the Knave of Pentacles. I see 3 wolves in this card. It comes out with Temperance. So you may have had a close-knit friend group of 3, and you may have realized that it was not a very stable community. there's something here about reducing by one because we have three and then it goes to two. So I feel like there's a need here, or there was, to remove someone from a social group and someone removed the wrong person. Like somebody thought that you were the problem when it was really, Jason. Somebody else was causing the drama and trying to make it look like it was you. So even though someone was a little bit indecisive and it felt like they were at a crossroads when they had to make this decision, they did, with the Eight of Cups, walk away, even though they did feel like they had already invested a lot and already felt a lot for this person. Ace of Wands. And now this person wants to step forward and see if there's any option for a new opportunity, a second chance. We have the Seven of Wands and the Seven of Cups in the reverse. So we've definitely had several sevens come out. We had the Seven of Swords and the Seven of Wands. But this is really clarifying that first message, what we started the reading with. There's somebody here who realizes they needed to update what they defended, what their moral character was, right? And now that they have, they feel like there's clarity here. They know how they need to move forward or what they need to do to balance the scales here. This is someone who really does care about being fair and being honest. Yes, you're so right, Pirate. All right, actually, we're going to switch to the Tarot de la Nuit. We have the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. We have somebody here that is ready to let go, ready to move forward and stop clutching at their pearls. This feels like somebody who realizes they don't have to keep everyone in their life. You can care strongly about somebody and still keep your distance, right? You don't have to risk your own sanity just because you care about someone, or risk your own goals, right? We have the Moon. So this really does feel like somebody who felt like they had to basically push away somebody they really cared about in order to please someone in their social group, maybe like a boss or something like that. But we've got, with the Moon energy here, a secret coming out. Secrets being revealed. All right, we've got, this is my favorite card in this deck because they misspelled temperance. They put an H in there instead of an E at the beginning. But this is great because we had temperance in the reverse over here. When somebody cuts out a toxic relationship or connection, the balance is restored and someone feels like it's a lot easier to have that sense that everything is working out right. There's no need to have to defend somebody else's behavior that has demonstrated they're not necessarily respectful of other people, right? Yeah, Pirate, that's probably your Empress in the reverse, huh? Yeah, this could be for some of you that there was a relationship where, maybe it bloomed or almost bloomed in a friend group, but there was some sort of toxic dynamic within that friend group, right? Maybe too many people interested in the same person. We have the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, I think that's pretty likely. The Nine of Pentacles is a pretty magnetic energy. This would be somebody who's really independent, seen as able to take care of themselves and also quite successful financially and single, right? We have the Two of Cups in the reverse. This person may have recently gone through a breakup because we do have Six of Cups and Two of Cups both in the reverse. This is someone realizing there was something better for them. They didn't need to continue to live in the past. There may have been a lot of history between these two people, a lot of passion or physical intimacy, but maybe not as strong an emotional connection because someone here was not being loyal or not being respectful of their partner. We're going to get a little more clarification from the Everyday Tarot. We've got the Four of Pentacles in the reverse again. Somebody is ready to be honest and say something that they have been a little bit quiet about or were a little hesitant to be honest about. Especially because we've got this Three of Cups that keeps coming up. There's a social setting where somebody is having to basically defend their reputation and probably deal with some gossip or some lies that were spread about them. We've got the Ace of Wands in the reverse. These comments that were spread or these lies that were spread in order to stop a new beginning or prevent somebody from starting a new chapter in their life. So it could have been that somebody was specifically trying to keep this King of Mallets or King of Pentacles from starting a new relationship or getting involved with somebody new due to jealousy, right? We have the Hermit in the reverse. Somebody didn't want to do the right thing or follow their intuition. And they've learned a lesson. Now they know they want to make amends or come back together with somebody after they didn't follow what their intuition suggested was the right course of action. So this is like course correction. Okay, well, that was the wrong way to go, so I guess I'm gonna go this way, right? That's a dead end, but this looks like this will take me right down to the city. We have the Two of Wands, the King of Swords, and the Seven of Cups. That's basically what I just said. Somebody didn't have the directions for where they were going, and they chose the wrong path. You know, the Lover's card is all about choices, right? And that's the third card that came out here. So somebody's realizing, okay, I have to recognize there's this second option here. I'm going to make that choice and remember that I don't have to feel stuck because I do have choices. The Seven of Cups here is less so about illusion for me and more so somebody is, I think, a masculine, looking at this world and realizing there's so many other fish in the sea. I don't have to be focused on one particular thing here, right? I have other options. And they're charting a course towards that new option. We have the Four of Cups in the reverse and the Three of Swords. Somebody is wanting to right the past in the sense of rejecting someone they really did care about. They didn't anticipate feeling as heartbroken over this situation as they have, but it's what's helped them really understand the karmic lesson they just learned. It's what's helped them understand how they can rebalance the situation or find reconciliation here with somebody that's really important to them. We've got the Sun in the reverse, indicating that somebody maybe felt that it would be a little bit easier to walk away from you than it really was. And, you know, place the energies how it would resonate for you. But this is like someone feeling like, oh, you know, so-and-so was really special and I would love to have found a way to date that person or fall in love with that person, but it just didn't work out. So, you know, I'll go and date that person or date that person, but they couldn't stop thinking about the person that they walked away from. And this feels like someone finally realizing, okay, I can write this, I can fix this. I know it's going to be a difficult conversation, but I can handle this, right? So with Five of Wands, there is probably some knowledge here that the love interest has other people interested in them. But I think more so this is about the King of Swords having some inner conflict that he has resolved. And also kind of excusing himself from the table, like when you're done with Thanksgiving and you don't really want to talk about politics or, what Uncle Joe does for work. This is like the King of Swords being like, you know what? I'm gonna go over here. I don't want to deal with all of this. This is somebody putting down their burdens, realizing that the arguments and the toxicity, they didn't belong to this King of Pentacles or this King of Mallets. And so all he had to do was choose a different path because he didn't want to get stuck at the bottom of the Wheel of Fortune, which is where people who, just create chaos and toxicity often find themselves, right? All right, we'll get just a couple more for you, and then I'm gonna go enjoy family movie night. All right, let's see. Five of Swords in the reverse. That's one of the first cards we pulled today, and the Hierophant. Somebody has changed their perspective, changed their beliefs, some sort of conventional belief or responsibility or a sense of duty. I don't have to, not pursue a love interest because I'm in this group of friends, right? Somebody feels like there's an option to do something that previously they didn't feel would have been okay or would have been accepted, right? We have the Tower. I was looking at the Three of Pentacles, so this could be really difficult for whatever social community we're talking about. Let's pretend it's a book club. They may not be able to agree on what book to read next, right? Which is really difficult when you're trying to do a book club. But it's experiencing some difficulties here because there's been trickery or dishonesty within this group, and that prevents a group from being able to, collaborate together successfully, right? If they were trying to read books and they couldn't choose what books to read, then how are they going to read them? So we've got the Ten of Cups coming up to clarify the Ace of Wands. Somebody would like a new beginning in love. They may even already be at the point where they would like to move in with the person that they've decided they're in love with, because they do really feel like nobody makes them as happy as this particular individual. For some of you, you may have a little boy, or you may end up having a little boy with this person. We've got the Queen of Cups in the reverse, but I feel like there's a concern here. This person may be concerned about having this reconciliation conversation in terms of, are these feelings requited? Will someone feel like I'm just, manipulating them or lying to them? Let's see. Tell me about this Temperance, please. We have the Ace of Swords. Someone knows the truth will balance the scales here, which feels to me like a revelation of feelings or confession of feelings. Tell me about the Nine of Pentacles. Oh, we have the Three of Swords and the Empress. All right, so the image that went through my mind is like, I think it's just like the movie poster image for, was it Heartbreakers with Jennifer Love Hewitt and Sigourney Weaver, where they basically just, Surreal McCoy, what's up? Where basically they were just, running through dudes to get some money out of them, insurance scams or, divorce, whatever it is. Someone is looking at this Empress, the real one, not the Empress in the reverse. So this could be you, as a total heartbreaker. And it's amusing to me because it's coming across to me as not like the movie would, but there's somebody here who knows that you have boundaries, knows that you're selective, and there are a lot of people interested in you, but not a lot of people get very far. It's like if everyone was, submitting their application for date night, some people don't even get to the point where they fill out their age. We have the Nine of Wands in the reverse and the Eight of Swords. This is over by the Sun, so I feel like there is somebody here who is deciding they don't want to give up. They may not know exactly what's going to happen, but they're willing to take a risk, because this is also right next to the Chariot. This is fast-moving energy. Somebody knows how they feel and what they need to do. They're just really worried that they're not going to be successful. Tell me about this Ace of Wands in the reverse. But we do have the Ace of Wands in the upright over here, so I do feel like for some of you, maybe even most of you, there could be reconciliation, not necessarily with somebody that you've been in a relationship with, but somebody that you wanted to but didn't, like a failure to launch kind of situation, where somebody didn't give equally to the friendship. Somebody didn't return in kind, maybe, when somebody was honest about how they felt. But with the Wheel of Fortune coming out, ooh, and then I saw the Knight of Cups peeking out, this is like a carousel coming around again. Whenever whenever I think of carousels at like the county fair or whatever, I think about how I would choose what the most beautiful horse was that I wanted to ride on that carousel, and I would wait until it came around, or, wait to choose a seat until I found the right one, and I feel like this is how this little devil dude is, right? There is a sense that the wheel is turning and someone knows they have another opportunity. Somebody is aware that they've done the work and they could communicate effectively now how they feel, and they want to approach you. Knights are about action. This is someone who wants to bring forth a serious offer, but let's make sure we know how serious it is. We've got the Chariot in the reverse, the Page of Wands in the reverse, and the Hanged Man in the reverse. So for some of you, this means you still have the same feelings. You just haven't communicated them, or you've been pretty quiet about it. For others of you, you feel like, well, I don't think anything happened for a reason. I don't think I'm willing to like revisit the past, right? If you didn't want to be with me back then that was your opportunity, right? And you've got to do what feels right for you. Tell me about this Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Wow, we have a few knights. We have the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Wands, the Ten of Wands in the reverse, and the Two of Pentacles. This person feels like even if they aren't successful in terms of offering their cup of love, it's still an action that's worthy of them taking, because with the Ten of Wands in the reverse, they will feel like they didn't, unburden themselves with this information if they don't say something. I think I've referenced Love Actually a few times today since I watched that movie last night. But this is like when Liam Neeson's character tells his son, what do you have to lose? You might as well, right? You don't want to just like keep asking yourself, what if? You should just shoot your shot. So I think that's what this reformed King of Pentacles is considering and planning and pursuing. So, all right, you guys, I think I'm gonna go make some popcorn. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you on the next reading.